My daughter came home from school and told me she wanted to be homeschooled because a boy kept pulling her hair. I knelt down to her level and asked her who it was. She wiped her tears and said his name was Marcus. I noticed her scalp looked red and irritated. When I asked how long this had been going on, she admitted it had been happening for 3 weeks. But she was scared to tell me because the last time she told on someone, the teacher made her apologize to them for tattling. The next morning, I called the school and asked to speak with the principal. She assured me she'd have a talk with Marcus and his parents and that it wouldn't happen again. I felt relieved and told my daughter everything would be okay, but it wasn't. Every single day for 2 weeks, my daughter came home crying. Her ponytail was always a mess, and I started noticing actual bald spots forming on her scalp. I called the school again, and this time the principal's tone was different. She told me Marcus was just a kid being a kid, and that maybe my daughter was being too sensitive. I asked what they were doing to discipline Marcus, and she said they'd given him a warning for assault. I was furious, but I knew complaining more wouldn't work. These people clearly didn't care. So I started documenting everything, taking photos of my daughter's scalp every day when she got home. The bald spots were getting worse. She was having nightmares about going to school. I decided I needed to see it for myself. I showed up at the school unannounced during lunch and told them I was there to have lunch with my daughter, which they couldn't refuse. I sat in the cafeteria, watching carefully. During recess, I followed at a distance and watched Marcus march right up to my daughter on the playground and yank her ponytail so hard she fell backward onto the concrete. She started crying, and he laughed and ran away. The playground monitors were all standing together gossiping, completely ignoring the kids. I walked over to my daughter, helped her up, and took her straight to the principal's office. I demanded an immediate meeting with Marcus's parents. The principal tried to schedule it for next week, but I refused to leave the office. I sat there for an hour until she finally called them and said it was urgent. When they arrived, the dad looked annoyed, like we'd interrupted something important. I explained what I'd just witnessed, showed them photos of my daughter's bald spots, and explained how this had been going on for weeks. The dad actually smirked and said, "Boys will be boys. Your daughter should toughen up." Then he added that his son probably liked her, and that's how boys show affection at that age. I realized he genuinely believed what he was saying because that's probably how he acted as a kid. I looked at the principal and said, "If Marcus touched my daughter again, I'd be filing a police report for assault." She looked uncomfortable and said that seemed extreme for children. That's when I knew this school would never protect my daughter. I enrolled her in a new school that week, but I also filed a formal complaint with the school board, attaching all my evidence. Then I sent an email to every parent in the class explaining what happened, because I figured other kids were probably being bullied too, and their parents deserved to know the school wasn't handling it. The response shocked me. Dozens of parents reached out saying their kids had also been bullied by Marcus, but they didn't think reporting it would help since the school never did anything. One mom told me Marcus's dad had donated new computers to the school last year, which explained why the principal was protecting him. My email got shared around the parent community. Someone forwarded it to Marcus's dad's company email by mistake, and it ended up going viral internally. His company fired him 3 days later because the negative attention was hurting their brand. They just launched a campaign about supporting children's causes, and having an employee defending child bullying looked terrible. Marcus's mom filed for divorce 2 months later. I heard from another parent that she'd wanted to leave for years, but couldn't afford it. The viral email incident made her family finally offer to help her financially. The school board investigated the principal and found she'd dismissed multiple bullying reports over the past 2 years to keep incident numbers low for their annual ratings. She resigned before they could fire her. Marcus got expelled 4 months later after he broke another kid's arm. With no principal protecting him anymore, the new administration had no reason to cover it up. The family moved to a different state shortly after because everyone in town knew about the incident.